Okay. Think we good. Peace to the tribe.
Good
What's
work.
up, everybody? Thank you for dealing with us and being patient. These technical difficulties. Mic check, mic check. Zach, you good?
Mic check. Broadcasting from Los Angeles. Mic check.
Right. All right. Greg, you good?
Yo, 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 yo.
All right.
Peace to the tribe.
Peace, peace, peace.
Okay, we look good, feel good. Happy birthday, tribe.
Happy birthday for
Happy birthday.
sure.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. 2 years in.
2 years in.
We
Feeling
made
good.
it.
Woo.
We made it.
So we got the
Oh,
chat
no.
already popping up. Shout out to everybody out there. Samantha, peace. Sherelle, I'm not sure if you guys can see this live chat, but
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Trying to anyway. Nicole was asking before she hopped or before we hopped off if it felt if 2 years if it felt like a long time or if it went by quick. I told her it went by super quick. Like
Super.
Yeah. It don't feel like
2018
it's
seemed
been
like last
2
week.
years.
Bruh, for real.
Like
Time
that's
to
Thinking
flee.
about the very first website that we had so long ago. I built the very first website and then was like, no, we can't use this.
Yeah.
I forgot we was on like our fourth or fifth rendition. Man,
Made it through.
this is good, man. It's just been really awesome to um like get real time feedback from people and implement it. Like I'm really proud of us for being able to adjust and not just feeling like we know it all and listening to our students. And they've given a lot of good feedback that helped us like that really shaped what the Unlock Academy culture is today.
100%.
Shout out to Munir. I see Munir. We got Will Mack, Antoinette. Hey, everybody. Peace and blessings. This is going to be a real chill, informal meetup conversation. And you guys can ask questions in that chat. So definitely feel free to let us know what's on your mind. Anything we talk about, just like help us expound. We can go deeper with your questions, with your help.
awesome.
So yeah, I guess we got a couple big announcements for the tribe today, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure we get people up in here so that nobody misses it.
They doing it fast.
hmm
This chat up.
Tricks up the sleeve today.
Say it again, Cuzzo.
Said we got some tricks up the sleeve today.
Oh yeah,
Tricks up the sleeves.
a lot of love today. Okay, concurrent playbacks. Cool. We got Iman here. What's up, Iman? Treese, Leonel,
Oh,
CJ, McKinley, Ebony. Thank you all for joining in. Thank you.
Ooh, ooh.
Let's go live on the gram too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wish we can set that right here. Get a book, we can.
A book.
Because if I do here, I can't see the chat. But we good. Okay. All right, cool.
All right, y'all. So, like we were talking about, we got big stuff cooking up right now. We'll start with the podcast. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, November 18th, 2020, dual live event. Number one, we got 2-year anniversary. And then number two, the official launch of Peace to the Tribe, the tribe's one and only podcast.
Yes.
Mhm.
We launching it
Legendary.
today. You guys are here for the launch.
Right now.
Ooh,
Legendary.
Mhm.
piece of
2020.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because we definitely should have did this a long time ago.
I
We
was just gonna say that. It's
probably
kinda
should have
sad
did
that
this.
We just started this now.
Yeah, this probably should have been November 18th, 2018.
2019.
For real.
You know how many times we said we need to start a podcast?
Yeah. So here it is, and peace to the tribe.
And
Yeah,
peace
yeah.
to the tribe.
Yeah.
It's
We did
Um,
the sample run, but that ain't. It wasn't it. It
you
wasn't
got to
time.
walk before you can crawl, and
Mm-hmm.
before you can run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wanted to talk about the story behind Peace to the Tribe,
Sounds great.
specifically about naming the podcast Peace to the Tribe. Um, I had just made it tentatively Peace to the Tribe when I was working on the original treatment. But
Mm-hmm.
then Antoine had an experience that kind of solidified that that's what it was going to be. Talk about that.
Yeah, that was wild. That was really wild. So like Zach said, he sent over a treatment and was like, "Hey, it's time for this podcast. Let's get it going. We've been talking about it long enough. Let's do it." So we're like, "All right." And even more audaciously, he said, "Let's launch it on the Unlock Academy birthday." So November 18th, we're going to make it our 2-year anniversary and launch this long-awaited podcast. Um, and just to talk about like our mission, like and our vision for the podcast a little bit. I like these words you put together, bro, and said when you said the show is intended to be an information hub and support system hub for problem solvers and progressive people of color looking to secure their place in tomorrow's world.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote that.
Huh?
That's
That
hard.
was
And it's
you.
You
true.
know,
That's accurate.
that's accurate, right? For
Yeah.
real. I love it. Like, and that's what it is. Like tomorrow's world, and it's here now. Like right now, more
Yeah.
than ever, people feel like, oh shoot, we're in the future. Everything we've been watching in movies, reading in books, those conspiracy theories, whatever you want to say, like it's like, oh, it's here. And now I have to start moving like it's here. Like it's no longer just saying I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be ready when it comes. Oh no, it popped up on us in 2020.
Yeah.
And so it's really, I think, perfect timing for us to be like, all right, let us do our part in helping people get ready for this world that we've been planning for. We've been talking about for 10 plus years, right? Zach came out the womb in the future.
Yeah, no doubt.
He was in the future in the womb. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I know y'all saw Back to the
Matrix.
Future.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what was the boy name? What's his name? Who was Johnny? What's his name? Marty
Marty.
McFly.
Marty.
Marty McFly.
Marty
Yeah.
McFly.
No, Marty McFly was based on Zach. Like he's been the fly.
Put that on a shirt.
Yeah.
yo, for real. So I just think we gotta we doing our part for following our our calling.
Mhm.
So after he sent the treatment over and said we're gonna do this podcast, and the very next no actually I had a letter and I was waiting to open it up for a while. I just was waiting for the right time, and it was a letter that somebody sent me from prison. So somebody who I never met before in Sing Sing prison sent me a letter, and I was like, okay, let me read it. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. Whenever I read, I was like, I really need to read this letter. I need some hope. I needed something else to really charge me up. And the first words in this letter was "Peace to the tribe." The first sentence, and I'm just like, whoa! The day that I got this treatment from Zach, he said we should name our podcast and go live. We get this letter as well, talking about, and this dude is in prison teaching himself how to code. Right, he's inspired by what we're doing out here. Can't wait to get out and help us out, push the movement forward even more.
Mhm.
So I'm just like, yeah, I think we don't have a choice but to name the podcast "Peace to the Tribe,"
We have
because that's what it's about. And you know, we shout that out all day. We bring nothing but love, peace, blessings, and we want to keep that going. So this will be a reminder to us of what our commitment is to you guys, and like Zach said, help you prepare for tomorrow's world.
100%. And when we tried to do our test run last year, the very first thing that I said when we announced, when we first started recording was "Peace to the tribe."
Yeah. I was just finishing what you were doing. I'm like, let's start back off on that foot and then we'll figure it out from there. But that was just supposed to be it.
You know, we always have the dots.
Yeah, every
Connect
time.
it a little bit, turn a little bit.
It's all in sync.
All in
It's
sync.
all in sync. So just let's give a little preview about what they can expect throughout this series, throughout this podcast. What do y'all look forward to talking about? Like, we got a lot, right? You see Zach's shirt, TPTC.
Oh,
okay,
man.
you see his hoodie. This is a bigger movement, right?
Oh.
This is
Yeah.
the monster right here.
Yeah.
That's where it's really at. So you'll hear a lot about that. You'll hear a lot about the People's Tech Company throughout this podcast series. and we'll be talking about our bigger mission and submissions underneath that bigger mission. So I'm curious about what are some of the concepts or topics that you guys are looking forward to talking to on this podcast.
For me, honestly, it has to be freelancing for freedom. I
Definitely.
mean, that's 2020 showed us you need that. You need a hustle. You need an at-home business. You need some type
Mm-hmm.
of sustainable revenue of income outside of the 9 to 5, outside of
Mm-hmm.
what you know.
Yeah. Or
Something
at
that
least
can
be on
impact
the
your
go,
future.
right? At least be able to work on the go.
Be able,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, on the move.
And just be on the move and be fluid. Like that's so
Mm-hmm.
huge because we're still in the pandemic right now, and it's we're looking at shutdowns again. So it's like you really got to be ready in 2020 to do something totally different or be in a totally different place or stay still or
Mm-hmm.
it's about fluidity. So this
Mm-hmm.
freelancing thing is like it's mandatory for our community at this point, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like everybody, but always being like just having that base knowledge and those base skills to where maybe I don't want to freelance, but if I needed to, I could, and it's no problem.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's just in my back pocket, like
Just in case.
right?
I mean, yeah, but it's for me. It's personal. It's personal because right before COVID, I had quit the 9 to 5. So entering into the freelance world full time and actually seeing that, oh, my pockets didn't stop. I'm not affected.
Yeah,
I'm not affected how other people have been affected. Like that was a blessing. But to be able to come back and now share that story and actually help others come onto this side, that's key. That's top.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
fun too.
Oh, Conchetta in here. Peace, Conchetta. Conchetta support us on Photo Patch.
Oh
She
yeah,
has been around day one.
definitely,
Day
definitely.
Awesome.
one.
Shout out to all the day
Shout
ones.
out to all the day ones.
Been here the
Mm-hmm.
whole 2 years. Never stopped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it wasn't for COVID, I feel like we would all be together right now.
Oh
That
Oh,
would
yeah.
be
we had
so
a whole
crazy,
tour planned.
Yeah, we
right?
would have had a whole party,
Oh
we would have
my
went to
God,
every city, had a party in
it's
every
okay.
city.
There are bigger plans, I guess. We can't
Mm-hmm.
complain. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay as long as everybody's healthy. Hope the tribe is healthy.
Safe.
Right, right. Yep. Um, I'm looking forward to a few different things for the podcast. I'm really looking forward to talking more about like startups, like helping people launch startups, um, like tech startups, like we've done with like PhotoPatch, for example. You just brought that up.
Mhm.
We took PhotoPatch from nothing, right? Literally a 501c3 empty, like kind of a shell organization because we weren't like endorsed with a big fund from the beginning. But still, we were able to take a concept and turn it into something that's affected thousands, right? Tens of thousands of kids and families around the nation.
Mhm.
So I just think about that. Like, if we were able to do that, right? If we can do it, they can do it. If we were able to do that in such a short time, like what else is out? What else can come out of our tribe by
Mhm.
teaching them our steps of what we did to launch something like a photo patch or something like an Unlock Academy. So being able to like talk about that, like starting an app, outsourcing it to get built, um, how to structure it, mergers, acquisitions. We've been talking about a lot lately, and how we can
Mhm.
get them to start thinking about it, or at least they're probably thinking about it. How can we fill those gaps in and show them like what the steps are to even get there? Um, we were on a phone call with a venture capitalist last week. How do we show people that? How do we bottle that up and say you could do the same thing? We had the VC. He's excited about working with us. How do we duplicate that and get that to other people as well? Those same opportunities. So that's one thing I'm really excited about.
Let's go. Man,
Mm.
it's
Yeah, that's
powerful.
deep. I didn't even think about photo patch like that, which is weird because we would go to networking events and be the only young ones in the group and the only minorities in the group. And we still came in that industry and disrupted.
Yep.
Mm.
Time, yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it's definitely some gems in speaking about photo patch in that regards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, we
So,
got a, yep.
go ahead, bro.
We had a question from the chat from on there. He said, "Will you be having guests on the podcast? If so, who would you like to have on it? If you thought about it yet?"
Mm.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
there will be guests for sure. Definitely.
there will be guests. I already
Um,
told Munir. Actually, I say I want you on a podcast. I already told him.
Wait,
You gotta be.
no.
Yeah, so you were one for sure. Who else you guys excited about getting on?
Mm. I'm gonna say Nicole and Chris.
Ooh,
Nicole and Chris.
ooh, some of the tribe on there. I
Oh,
like.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely got to have the tribe on there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just realizing since we can express ideas live, Friday Tribe Day, we could have a tribe member, on the podcast. Should we ever shoot or record on Friday? So we should always be using piece of the tribe to amplify the tribe's voice. So that should just be kind of
Nice.
baked into the culture. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, that's lovely. I love it. Okay.
We're gonna have to take notes tonight.
Yeah, you know how we do. Of course, we got to take notes.
Oh yeah, I love
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh man. All right, I got notes tonight. I got notes.
Okay.
Take on the notes.
Peace to the tribe day. I love it. Let's go. All right, cool. Yeah, so I'm trying to think. Anybody you looking forward to having on there? You would like to interview or shine light on? Um, anybody? I'm always thinking about the intersection too, like who we can bring in. Like we talked about how Unlock Academy is um, like bigger than coding, right? Coding is a tool used to accomplish a bigger goal.
Mm-hmm.
And but we're trying to unlock just tech in general.
Mhm.
So we talk about like the intersection of how tech can change a lot of different industries and spaces and really amplify a lot of different voices. And I think about like our partners and who we've been working with over there at Until Freedom and Tamika Mallory, and shout out to all of them, Toya and Yandy, all of them.
Big
Um,
shout out.
yeah, like it's really dope to work with them. And I just see everything they're doing. They're on the ground, like 2 feet on the ground, seeking justice, like movement makers. They're really trying to like create huge change, but they doing it without technology besides like social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like what can we do? Like having a conversation with them on this podcast and talking about
Oh yeah.
how tech can help them grow even faster and make a bigger change. I think that would be like exceptional. I think those conversations is needed for the culture.
Definitely. Ebony on YouTube said, will you have people from the world of finance? Again, it's one of those things that's mandatory.
Absolutely.
Absolutely mandatory.
Yeah.
You can't talk about tech and not talk about finance because it's it's the two are married. When we think about these, when we think about or hear about these tech companies, the next thing that we hear is how much they raised or what they're doing or
Mm-hmm.
what is valued at. So yeah, so finance and technology are 100% married, and to fintech, as Nicole just said, 100%. Like these have such deep ramifications, especially in our community. Like, yeah, mandatory, and that kind of segues into answering your original question about the subject matters that'll be on the podcast. I wanted to say, I really want to talk a lot about macroeconomics when it comes to the tech industry. And like, so Antoine, I think that you're like a really great example of going from micro to macro, where it's like, okay, I'm in a funny position, so I'm going to lean on my education.
Yeah.
And that paid off big time for you. That's micro, just you. But then you said, I'm going to go educate the community. That's macro. You know what I mean? That's like a totally different conversation. So I'm like, from a macroeconomic perspective and technology, like that's really how we got to look at the world going into the 2020s. Because if you haven't noticed, society is reorganizing itself very quickly, you know, and I want us to play a part and have a say in that reorganization.
Mm-hmm.
We have to understand it from that bird's eye view of a global economy, not just necessarily my household or me or, you know, just me and my family, but your neighbors. And when we start thinking like that, the solutions just kind of present themselves. Oh, it's as simple as that. Okay, this is all we need to do. These are the people that we need to get together. And then we're that much closer to a solution, you know?
I love it. Yeah. Micro to macro. Let's do,
Yeah.
let's do it. Yeah.
Leveled up.
Yeah.
Feels like kind of our duty, just to show people like just that next level, because tech is all scale. Like you said, as soon as you hear about a successful tech company, talking about how much money they make, because they've scaled the money too. But yeah, in every way, we need to scale it off. So yeah, I'm glad you're saying that and highlighting that, bro. I appreciate it.
Definitely.
Paying forward is what we do.
Yeah.
I think what's really gonna be dope about the podcast too is like it's like a real behind the scenes look. So like people get to kind of just see us raw talking about a whole bunch of different topics that it's like we talk about on social media and stuff like a lot, but like really dig deep and get the behind the scenes look of like our thoughts and stuff on everything. I think that's gonna be really cool because now people can like learn from that and see the thinking process behind how we do the stuff that we do.
Yeah,
That's
that's
so
good.
valuable.
And that's that lifestyle, because people do ask a lot, like, what does a day look like for you? Or what does it mean to be a coder or somebody? And I'm just like, we regular, like we move like whatever. Yeah, we still do the same thing as everybody else.
Other people just don't see it that way sometimes, so they get that behind the scenes look.
Yeah, you don't have to change a lot. You don't have to change a lot to become a coder. Like we like that's why we just be ourselves, and we're just trying to show you like the same lifestyle you live now, you can live. It's no one way to be in tech. We not even telling you to be like us. We saying like you can be
you.
Yeah, you can be you. That's
learn the skill.
Yeah.
Be you with us. Come and join.
We need that diversity.
Right, 100%.
Yep.
And you know, when I was like kind of writing my original notes for the People's Tech Company, the one thing that really struck me was, you know, we're really focused on helping people kind of shift from one industry into technology or into something that has tech implications. But again, when you think macro, it's like, well, hey, somebody can come into Unlock Academy looking to learn coding, but maybe they've been in medicine their whole life or in retail their whole life or in transportation their whole life. So they're bringing to the tribe all of that knowledge. And, you know, that's not to be overlooked at all. So it's like, we're like this huge information hub, and it's like, we're not supposed to be doing all the same thing. That's not the point. You know, the point is that like, I come from design, you come from transportation, you come from retail. And when we come together, we're a powerhouse because what did I call you guys the one day and say, hey, like between the three of us, we got 100 years of information and experience. You know, that's not to be overlooked. So just as strong as the tribe is, like we're really out here. It's crazy.
Yo. Yeah.
Oh, Sammy asked what's our 5-year plan for Unlock.
Plans.
Man, for sure.
Plans. Yeah. I think it'll be, for a question like this, I think it will be beneficial for all of us just to just shout out maybe something that we're looking forward to on our roadmap, because I know we talk about a lot. So maybe we just all talk about like what's one thing you're looking forward to doing. I guess over the next 5 years, or by 5 years it'll be completed, ready.
I think remember that conference we were just talking
Oh
about in
man,
Starbucks? If we have a Unlock Academy conference, we was really digging deep into this, and I think it'll be such a dope thing because people like have conferences like every year. I mean, now that COVID is happening, like it's really nothing, but like people really like pull it to conferences, and I think if we pull off one, it will be a pretty big hit. So
Oh my God.
in less than 5 years, I think that should happen because with all the knowledge and all the things and just everything we can do in that, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Black Tech Conference, huge.
Yeah.
So annual conferences, add that to the 5-year plan.
I got it on the docket right now.
Yep. Annual
Sure.
conferences for sure.
I'm gonna say I really want to see two things that sort of kind of go hand in hand. I really want to see this Unlock Center that we've been talking about happen. You know, a place for people to work and learn and interact. You know, like
Pyramid, we're gonna build pyramids city to city.
I'll stick with it be if the building actually was a pyramid.
No, I don't think we should do it unless the building is a pyramid.
Yeah,
Listen, with the big U on top.
Yo, come on.
straight up. Yeah, so I mean, to pay respect to the late Nipsey Hussle, like, you know, I got Vector 90 not too far from me. So, you know, he had a vision again for a community education place that was different from school or different from the library, but a place where people could come to work and learn. And you know, I think we got to like go and duplicate that. Like, again, I really think that he was onto something. So to have those centers across the country, even across the world, because I know that we're growing in Africa and we got people joining the tribe in other continents, just to be set up internationally where it's like, okay, this is the Unlock Safe House. This is where we come to hack, or this is where we come to figure it out. So I want to see that. And then I also want to see us continue to work with these major tech players like Microsoft, how we did our collaboration with them last year. I think that was this week last year. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we did it right before the birthday. Yep.
Yeah. So we would have done that a few more times had the pandemic not hit. But again, you know, that's okay. But yeah, I want to continue to work with Microsoft. I want us to build the relationships with Amazon and Apple, because they have educational initiatives that align with our goals, and they have the resources, you know. So to be able to hook the tribe into that type of network, you know, huge value.
Huge.
And the collab with Microsoft was just like a taste of that.
Yeah. Going off of what you said, what we missed out on with 2020, with the year 2020 and COVID, it would have to be teaching over in Africa. Just showing the widespread of the tribe and showing the impact that we actually are developing with the tribe.
Yes.
Yeah, we was this close.
This close.
This close. It is this close, but it's still in the making. Thankfully, everything is still good.
But it's always the right time for everything.
Yeah.
So it's gonna happen bigger and better when we.
Let's go.
100.
Somebody asked if the podcast will cater to the Youth Academy tribe as well. If so, when? I would say right here and now. You know, that's why we got JJ here. Like, you know, it's like mandatory. Like, the young people have to be around for these type of conversations. You know?
Yeah, here and now, like you said.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah. So yeah, we're looking forward to having youth guests on as well. I follow a few young people on social media killing it in tech, and motivation, and finance. And I'm just like, yeah, like we need to be collaborating. Yeah, for sure.
Somebody said, what does it take to be a dedicated tribe member? Not much, just be dedicated, I guess. Like, just uplift people, be encouraging. The tribe is really like a family. That's what you think of it as. When you say tribe, just think of family. That's what it takes to be dedicated. Everybody's one. Everybody's never discouraging each other, always uplifting, always helping. Even if they don't know the answer, they're there with you along the way.
Straight up.
The tribe is just always connected. So
I love that.
That's how it is to stay dedicated. Just be a family.
JJ,
yeah.
I didn't understand what it takes a village meant until this year. Like, honestly, truly. Like, I'm 32 years old, and you hear it all the time. Like, it takes a village, it takes a village. But when we're all together, like, I feel the energy. Like, you see, it takes minds, it takes us coming together collectively to raise the children. It takes us collectively coming together, speaking about how we feel, and actually doing the things that we need to do accordingly. Coming together and speaking on it with each other, like, yo, listen, I need you. I got you. Just really being there, like you say, that accountability. Like it really takes a village, and Unlock is the village.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I
That's
think a lot
crazy.
of people
That's crazy.
that's a member, I feel like is really solely committed because of the tribe too. I feel like a lot of people could have gave up if they didn't have a community like the tribe to go to be able to be uplifted and
Yep.
encouraged and help.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people found like friends. They got amazing friendships because of the tribe, or just being there for each other. I feel like people really, really like it, and that's one big reason. Like we got such
Mm,
a big, strong team.
Yeah,
yeah,
Ebony said the collective energy and vibe, like that's so real.
100.
Yeah.
Like all being on the same frequency and feeding each other's energy,
Hmm.
it's dangerous.
Oh. And we didn't even get to the tough love part yet, right? Where tribe members just getting on other tribe members, like, yo, where you at? Like, I haven't saw you on here in 2 days, or you
Right.
haven't posted that lesson 8 you was talking about last week. Like,
Exactly.
watch when we get that comfortable with each other, like that part of family where you can get
Hmm.
on somebody, and like I'm looking forward to that too. That accountability really gonna step up. And speaking of, like you said, it takes a village, man. Shout out to our extended um, tribe and like the other coaches who really help make this happen day to day, right? Like
100.
Mike and Tori every single night for like the past year, they've been doing live tutoring lessons, right? There for the tribe Monday through Thursday. Um, yeah, barely missing days. And when they do, they still make it up, right? So shout out to them.
Exactly.
Shout out to Olufemi. He's on Slack answering as many questions as possible. Nicole always here to help out in all kind of ways, bringing all kind of cheer and love. Every like I look at like
Major
Nicole
shout out to Nicole.
for real,
Right.
sure,
Love Nicole.
for
Yeah,
real.
Nicole's kind of like the mom of the tribe. Like she look over everything.
Yo, it's so many. Monique, Samantha, like
Yeah.
Munir, the Chris, like people who every day just like start to slack off with love. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's like
And then
for
everybody follow.
yeah, and follow up. That's like for me waking up at home, and you smell breakfast cooking. Like, oh
Oh yeah.
shoot, they already got it cooking. I ain't even have to do nothing. It's already going.
Yeah.
So
Already
shout out
ready
to the early
already.
morning breakfast cookers. Alex too. We got mad people, man.
Windows or Mac?
I got both.
Which do you prefer, or does it depend on what
I'm
application or the
gonna
use
say yeah, it
case?
depends on what you're trying to use it for.
Hmm.
Certain stuff could work better on Windows, certain stuff could work better on Mac. Sometimes if you're looking for just like a clean cut, easy feel, Mac will definitely give you just a real simplified everything. But yeah, I think it really depends on what you're trying to use. Like
Hmm. I like JJ response though. If y'all pay attention, right? This is the youth, right? Pay attention. He said Windows or Mac. JJ said I got both.
Right. And that's real.
Right. And that's the underlying theme. Is just like you really need both. If you in this tech industry in any shape or way or form, right? It's okay to eventually like get both. Somebody asked me the other day about they didn't believe I had an Android just because I had an iPhone. I'm like, I have to. Like, it's been too many days where we was trying to test the app out and we didn't have another phone
yeah.
to test it out. And I'm like, that
Right.
is
Yeah,
I have
that's
an Android just to test out apps. That's
yeah.
it.
Um, I would say start with one, like whatever makes the most sense, but try to build up to the point to where you can hack on both and you
Yeah.
can figure out, what do I like doing Unity on Windows or Unity on Mac, right? Or do I like doing Python on Windows or Mac? So you can make that decision as you go along.
Mhm.
But yeah, I do think that there's benefits to both.
Hmm. Jay just asked documentary release.
That's a whole other conversation. Are we
What?
there yet? I don't even know if
No.
we've gotten there yet.
Not yet.
Hold
Man,
on.
that's
Who
Which
asked that?
doc? Which doc?
Jay asked that.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Which doc?
Which dot? What?
Right.
Doc.
Which yeah.
Doc who? What's a doc?
Yo,
Oh man, guys.
no, that's the thing though. We really do have like some really man like dope projects coming out, and like JJ said, timing is everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
You can't rush it.
Yeah, we're not
You
rushing
just
it.
gotta go with the flow. When it's
Mm-hmm.
right, you'll know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's no set date. You could just choose for certain things.
Mm-hmm. Did we? Oh, we didn't shout out our other extended tribe. We didn't shout out Sammy and Jay.
Sammy and Jay.
For real.
Sammy and Jay saved 2020. I'm gonna put that out there right now.
Facts.
Telling you,
Yo, that's crazy.
so crazy.
Hmm. Yeah, appreciate them holding things down, making sure, raising awareness, helping us raise awareness on the daily, getting the word out, helping people unlock. Um, the team is strong. The team is real strong.
Amazing.
Somebody asked earlier a joint episode. That was Treese. Treese said, "What's up?" Shout out to Treese too. Python Queen right now. She's killing it. She said a joint episode with Earn Your Leisure and Budget Nista would be dope.
Yes.
100%. 100%.
100%.
Mm-hmm. That's coming soon.
What you said earlier, we was right there.
He was right there. He was right there again. Yeah. We was literally.
Oh, in New York?
Yep.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. We got to dive into these stories now. Like,
what happened? Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So we were in New York back in September, right?
Yep.
Oh, man. Let's try to make a super long story.
So was this before the Dame episode or was this after the Dame episode?
It was after the Dame episode because I was in Florida with you guys when the Dame episode dropped and we all watched it together in Antoine's car. Remember?
Oh, yep.
It was me, you, Greg,
and boy, I think Jeremy.
And Jeremy. Such an amazing episode, and I've watched it probably 6 times since then. That's the best part.
Right.
Yeah.
And now look at us, we got our own network.
Right. I got a network. Okay, so we're in New York, talking to some potential partners about some unlocked projects. So it went from, hey, let's go to New York real quick, have lunch, talk about our ideas, and come back to, hey, Dos Cocos Locos wants to come.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we'll bake this into the documentary.
Shout out to the Coco Locos.
Major shout out to the Cocos Locos.
AQ with the views.
Cocos Locos and AQ with the views also saved 2020 single-handedly as well.
Tremendously.
100%. So
they do production, photography, storytelling, just so you guys know.
They're the best out there.
They're probably going to be directing some of your favorite movies soon as well.
Right.
They will be directing some of your favorite movies.
100. Yeah. Definitely don't sleep on Cocos Locos or AQ with the view. Okay, so we got with them, went to New York, made a whole thing, got an Airbnb, did our interviews, did our pitch, and then we were supposed to link up with EYL, but I think it was just a scheduling conflict. But we were right there. We were right there. So that's just a matter of time, maybe even before the end of the year. I'm gonna just throw that out there.
Yep. Yeah, and like they said, we can do virtual, we can do a Zoom as well. It's just crazy that 2020 was, like we said, we did good in a bad year.
Yeah.
And we could have did better, but it just was like, still, we were battling between different opportunities. Like that same weekend, we were supposed to be doing this podcast for Earn Your Leisure. We also was pitching to some investors in Brooklyn, right? And filming a documentary, doing a bunch of stuff. And it's just like, dang, why we have to push back Earn Your Leisure? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Same thing, like earlier this year, and was it January, February? I had to like pretty much turn down a TED Talk. I never thought I would turn down a TED Talk.
That hurts bad.
On top of that, was a TED Talk in a prison. Like, it was going to be it was everything I wanted. I wanted to go back into a prison, motivate the people, inspire them.
On a TED Talk.
On a TED Talk, though, like that was, I don't know.
That would have been legendary.
Maybe I regret it. I don't know.
There's still a little regret there, but
yeah,
it was that feeling, like we said, it was like timing. I felt like timing was everything. So no regrets. We gotta keep it moving. But yeah, like you said, Earn Your Leisure is still one call away.
Definitely.
And there's thousands of TED Talks every single year. So what's ours is ours. possibility of purchasing stock in the Unlock Academy. Is that possible?
Um, um,
We ain't went public yet.
You don't got to go public.
Man, we gotta go public.
We could do a private offering. But yeah, you know, I think about that all the time. Like, man, like taking a company like Unlock Academy public would be, whether it's Unlock Academy or another sister company under the People's Tech Company. I would love to see something like that.
Mm-hmm.
To have the tribe ring the bell at the New York Stock Exchange. Come on. Like, are you serious?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's huge. So that's only a matter of time.
Like that's when I think ideas like the Black Pot, I think would be just like exceptional for something like that, like an IPO for, because we talk about like the investment component of that, you know, like
Yep.
it can get real.
Yeah.
I don't think they're ready for Black Pot nor Black Seed.
yeah.
Franchelle got a question. A documentary is a ways off, but have you all considered doing an annual snapshot of highlights that happened throughout the year? Yes.
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
For sure. I think that's one of those things we just need to help with. We've been doing really good with galvanizing and collecting content and achievements and things like that. But it's hard. It's like, at least for me, sometimes it's overwhelming hearing like a lot of the successes that are coming out of the tribe. But I really want to get better at myself at documenting and screenshotting like some of the DMs and like, yo, I just got hired, or I just got a new client, or my bot is trading now, right? Putting all of that stuff into one place, like Franchelle said, would be epic a year out, so everybody can kind of see like the progression. So yeah, you're right, Franchelle. I think that would be awesome. And I would love to tap in with you too to see if that's something you have experience with and maybe can help us out with.
Dope.
We need a success channel in Slack.
Smart.
Everybody posts their success.
There we go.
Yeah, that's smart.
Like that. I like that.
It's in the docket.
It's in it.
Yeah.
So we talked about podcast launching, shouted out our team, shouted out the tribe. I did want to ask you guys, have you seen or talk about a story or a situation where you've seen tech change somebody's life? If you want to be specific in 2020, that would be awesome, or anything before that as well. Just like we always talk about how, you know, tech changes lives and it's like something we push in and we think is important. Any examples come to mind? Anything that stands out to you?
That's a good one.
I got a few stories come to my mind. I can start it off. I'll start with one from this year. The first one that comes to my mind is just like, think about Chris, right? Chris is a veteran, right? He's a veteran. He's been, I think he's based in Georgia, and he said that he's tried to learn how to code over the last couple of years, went to some boot camps and stuff like that, but really to no avail, right? The knowledge wasn't sticking. It really wasn't marinating, wasn't making sense, wasn't gluing together until he came across the Unlock Academy. And he said ever since, like, he's been like full steam ahead and everything's making sense. But what stood out to me was like, he was able to start his freelancing business in the middle of like this pandemic. And like every other week he was sending me these messages about like new clients that he was getting. And his enthusiasm, I just seen picked up. I feel like I saw a dip in his enthusiasm for coding from when he first signed up in, let's say, like December, January, to when he started his freelancing company around March, April, May. And like you start seeing this momentum. And ever since then, it's been like nonstop too. And like that for me, I was like, okay, this really works. Like what we doing, and it's paying off we're taking a big risk by giving up our secrets, and our blueprints, exactly what we've been doing over the past 5 years with Atlas Digital Group. We've literally bottled it up and like, all right, we're gonna put it in a course for other people to try out.
Right.
And see somebody like Chris like take that and run with it from a couple, just a few webinars, just a few trainings. We haven't even really went into our bag yet and talked about everything that we have to offer, all of our experiences and strategies. So just that stood out to me, about just a small amount of information was able to help him do something astronomical for him and his family. And I don't think he's seen the real roots of what's going to come, or like the real fruits of what's going to come from the work he's putting in right now. So I think definitely tech has done a lot for him, and he talks about it a lot. So that stood out for me.
Nice.
I have one. I don't know if it's a little cliche and it's not from this year, but I would say you. I mean, just thinking about it, today's making 6 years since you've been home. Thinking that within those 6 years and before those 6 years, a lot of big milestones for you has been because of tech. A lot of things that you've accomplished and success has been because of tech. So I definitely think that's one life changing story of tech,
Yeah.
which now gives other people the opportunity to have them same, transformations because of tech.
Yeah,
So
that's a good one, Jay.
that's a big one.
That's dope. Thank
That
you.
was. I would have to say I have two. So one isn't necessarily a full blown life change, but on Goal Hack on this Sunday, Naomi, JJ's accountability partner, telling us how she's learning or want to learn how to be a freelancer. And she went and checked out our webinar, took notes from the webinar, and researched everything herself, like because she didn't have that course under her belt. Like that one that took that that took courage, because to know what to look for and to look for it, that at her age,
Exactly. And then get ready to use that knowledge to
right, to actually go out there and flourish in it, like that one, like that was super dope. But also that night she ended up getting the course for free. And someone else in the tribe actually asked if they could go ahead and pay it forward and buy her course for her.
Right.
That was special. That was super special. That was super dope.
That was.
And also, the other person I want to say, this one is a cheat, and I have to say this one because Nicole has been here since the very beginning of this day.
Yes.
Nicole is a A1 day one.
Shout
And
out.
Number one.
She helps us with Atlas. She helps us with Unlock. She is just super dope, and she's in her bag when it comes to learning. And she reaches back and helps other people like that. She is what you look for when you're looking for like a perfect client, like that type of energy, that type of person is who you look for as an actual client. So to have that as a student, to have that as a tribe member, to have that as a teammate, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Show for show.
It's crazy, man. Building a whole cheat code system right now.
A
whole team of cheat codes.
Dude, there's so much love in the chat right now. It's crazy.
So, how long it take you to create that bot you always posted?
T-bot.
How long does it take you to create that bot you always posting? Okay, great question, Teo. Still creating it. It's not done. It's not done. My vision was just to be transparent and show you guys just the process along the way. So yeah, I feel like now everything I do, I want to have like an education component to it if I feel like it can help other people. Like I don't want to hold on to anything because like we see homelessness every day, we see poverty, we see people struggling, we see people falling out of relationships because of money. And like money is like really it can make you or break you. Like people say that, and I say that just because of how if people's mindset, if they don't have the right mindset. So yeah, I'm just trying to do my part. So I was like, let me just, even though it's not ready yet, let me start talking about it and give people some hope and see that what they can do. And I wouldn't be surprised if somebody bot surpasses what I've been able to build so far. Even like I've given out skeleton code, hoping that you're going to build something even better. Um, so I mean, it takes, I would say, just to build a skeleton and get something going. If you understand the fundamentals of Python, you could build something within 30 days, within 60 days. It just depends on like where your level of where your knowledge is. But it's not as complex as you think. The biggest thing is understanding the components of how it all works together, like how the charts work, how to work with brokers and make trades, how Python fits into it, how to make it host up in the cloud. So the good thing is like we want to teach all of that. We want to teach you every single step. So in our new Python course, we're literally going to be teaching you how to build a bot from scratch. So if to better answer your question, if you could take Python 101 and Python 202, both can be completed within, I would say, 3 months. That's a fair enough estimate of how long it would take you to build your own bot.
Can we expand on bots a little bit more?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely want to thank you for kind of like leading the way in that conversation. You know, we're in the year 2020 now, but come, 2030, like bots will be so run of the mill. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So to get us into the culture of understanding them, designing them, building them,
Yeah.
is super crucial just to our economic empowerment of the future. You know, right now we're talking about like trading stocks or trading crypto, which is great. You know, I would love a bot to be able to make money for me while I'm asleep, of course. But
Yep.
there's like robots will have so many other implications just in your home alone. That again, like making sure the tribe has that knowledge is like non-negotiable.
Yep. IoT. As soon as we start talking about the Internet of Things and how everything will be connected through the internet.
We're gonna need to do so, cousin. Notes, a whole episode on IoT. 100%, because that's scary.
Yeah, for sure.
Anybody don't know about the Internet of Things? IoT stands for Internet of Things. Definitely Google that. It's essentially just a concept that's already here, but it's being developed. A 5G is a big part of that, where essentially all devices or many devices and many networks are all hooked in together and work in conjunction via the internet. So, again, major implications on society. So we'll dive into that a lot more for sure.
Yeah, love what you said, bro. It's like just robots are here and they're gonna be around. So just get an idea of how they work in general. I love that. I love how you said that. This is just one way to use it. It's really one way. But you'll get into this pattern of just seeing. That's why I was able to jump into building this trading bot, is because I built other bots in the past. Right. And I didn't think about it until Zach just said that. Like it was an easy transition to like, oh, you know what? I'm ready to start trading, but I don't want to manually trade. I want to actually automate trading. This is how I'm gonna do it. So that's how I think we want all of you guys to start thinking, is smarter, not harder. Just as efficient as possible. Automation is the way to go.
It really is.
100%. You posted a status a while ago. I believe it says 70% of trading is done by bots.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
And people don't really know that. That's not like really common knowledge. Yeah. People think everybody's trading from behind the computers. Nah. Like the retail investor is a small part of the market, period, as far as money. And like the big banks, they created this for themselves. General Electric, like all of these bigger corporations created the stock market for them, right? But we've been able to jump in until we get to that big bank status. They really want to swallow us all up. They really want to swallow up all of our money, for real. Kind of like a casino. They make you think you're gonna come in here, you're gonna win, and no, they're gonna get you. So that's another reason why these bots and this automation is so important, because you don't want to be sitting in front of a computer emotionally, trying to make trades. you're not going to win. The
Yeah,
big
it's not
thing,
set up
know
for you to
when to
win.
buy, when to sell. It's smart money versus dumb money.
Yeah.
And yeah, you want to be on that smart money side. You want your bot to just know what to do. And that kind of transitioned into this conversation about artificial intelligence, which I know can get deep. So we won't go too far into it. But like, once again, once you learn Python, and you learn, or just this whole idea of artificial intelligence, you can control it. You don't have to worry about it controlling you. And you can start creating applications that just know what to do based on data. So yeah, it's really fun, man. I'm loving where we're headed as far as like education and putting people on before it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
100. Yeah, she said it best. Montrese on here said the house always wins, and that's so true. So you got to come with your tools, you
Yep.
know, like
Yep.
got to really come with your tools. Don't show up to your to a gunfight with your fists. You know what I mean? That might be tough.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just because I'm a cinephile, I have to bring up a movie on Netflix for anybody interested, like that's just interested in like financials and that those type of movies called The Hummingbird Project. And it's just to build off of what you were saying about how technology is being used more and more with these trades and these financial markets. The Hummingbird Project is about this trading house that was trying to essentially build a physical wire from their trading floor to a trading floor somewhere else. And this wire cost millions of dollars, but they were doing it just to get the information like a tenth of a second quicker than their competition.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you think about somebody being, willing to spend millions of dollars on a cable line, it lets you know like how high that competition is getting with these high frequency trades. And
Yeah.
as we're trying to build wealth as a community, like Antoine said, this, unless you're passionate about it, but other than that, there's no sense of sitting down trying to trade with your emotions. And
Mm-hmm.
there are so many other factors that are influencing prices and trades. So yeah, just coming with our A game.
Yeah. Dang. So it sounds like you saying they made a movie out of the book I've been reading, called Flash Boys.
Oh,
And it's,
did they? Word.
is that what Hummingbird? Was it about the line that they made from Chicago to New York City?
This was from like Chicago to like Kansas City, but maybe they just changed the information. Let me
Right.
look it up because I'm interested. I didn't know that that was a book.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
That's what
I remember
changed,
you
man.
telling us
Changed
about
life,
that
bro.
book.
For real. Say it again.
But I remember you telling us about that book recently.
Oh yeah.
That one and the race for the internet.
Oh right, right. Two great books. Two great books. Let's talk about both of those. So yeah, what the Flash Boys was pretty much about what Zach just said. This whole idea of one person pretty much wanting to create a very very fast internet line to make trades, just to get a tenth of a second faster.
Yeah.
Something that we like you can't even blink and see. Like, it's faster than a blink. Like, that's the difference. But as long as it was a straight line, you can make a trade quicker. And just remember this: like, they're making money off of pennies, so they're hoping that they can buy a stock on a Chicago exchange for, let's just say, $10.01. And then as soon as it goes down on the New York Stock Exchange to $10 or goes up to $10.05, they can buy here for $10.01 and sell it over here for $10.04. 3 cent difference, but they're buying it at such huge volume that they can make hundreds of thousands of dollars in a single trade in,
Profits, man.
in seconds. In seconds.
Yeah.
So that's what made me say, you know what? I've been learning about Wall Street and trading, but it's no way I'm gonna sit here and keep trading like manually when they said in this book, like what you read on the bottom of seeing like MSNBC, what the price is for a stock, it's old. When you Google a stock,
Oh, that's stale information.
it's stale information.
What?
All of that is old.
Oh my God. Don't get me started.
All a matrix. It's all a matrix, all a
Oh
facade.
God.
No.
So yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna play that game. I'm gonna wait till I'm able to get into position to get it, like do the same thing they're doing, high frequency trading, algo trading, black box trading, whatever you want to call it, and then jump into trading. Other than that, it's cool. You can make money. I'm not gonna say don't do it, but it just feels like I know there's a bigger bag right there waiting. So yeah, that's what we aiming for. A lot of great questions coming through. Thank you to the tribe.
The
Appreciate
Zeb
you all.
said, "What's your opinion on 5G?
What's your opinion on 5G? Um, Great question. I think there's a lot of mixed feelings towards it. For sure. We all know. I think Zach said it best. Like new technology always gets ushered in, and it's always a love-hate relationship with it. Eventually, it just turns into like
Yeah.
it is what it
Everybody
is.
used to it.
Yeah, people just used to it. You just love it. So I think it's one of those things where it's a hot topic this year and last year, and it came at a really wild time around COVID and a pandemic. So, man, it was just so much around it. So to me, it was like I was like, I'd rather be safe than sorry, and I'm gonna try to stay away from it for as long as possible until it kind of like pans out. Especially any new technology, you know it's gonna have glitches. If a new website goes live, you know it's gonna have problems. So I'm not gonna just jump on the bandwagon and say, "Oh yeah, I'm 5G all day, always.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it. Like hook me up, Samsung. Give me that new 5G
Right.
Galaxy." Like, no, I'm gonna wait it out, see how it goes, and it's going. And we at this point we can't stop it. I feel like I did see like a big push to stop it. It didn't happen.
It's too late.
Yeah, so it's kind of like just kind of align yourself with it. Don't get ran over by it. Same thing with bots. We talk about robots and AI. Like understand it and learn it, but don't let it. Don't let it take over you.
Yeah. It's good to just always ask the question, okay, what does this mean for us? Because, like you were saying, you can't really resist these technological advances. That's just us as humans. Like, we're never going to say, all right, we'll stop here. It's just not the human way. So we have to learn how to adapt to these things. So when we hear about these buzzwords, 5G, AI, bots, COVID-19, all this type of stuff, uh, we just ask ourselves, okay, so what does this thing that's coming mean for us? And then just weigh those positives and those negatives. Again, I know people feel negatively about 5G. I'm wondering, how do we harness 5G to benefit our community? Because the major corporations are the one distributing it, we just think about it as their thing, their toy, just because
Right.
like we see it on the Verizon commercial, we see it on the Sprint commercial. But no, we can tap into 5G technology and 5G power, and we can do whatever we want with it.
I love it.
100.
I love it. Yeah, everything deserves like a deep dive. Like
Yeah,
before judging it, before going off of the headlines, like really give it a deep dive yourself. We say it all the time. You guys know what the key is. Keep
Best
educating
opinion.
yourself.
So,
Like keep educating yourself to know because, like Zach said, if this is really something that we can benefit off of and leverage, all right, we talk about going to rebuild the motherland, right, and help out with the efforts over there. Maybe this is something that we can scale over there. Like it may become huge over here, and T-Mobile and Sprint, and they run it here, but we can learn some things and figure out where they messed up or how they did something good, and actually implement some things over there. Have our own 5G city that we actually maybe filter, make sure it's safe, so people don't feel like, oh, you know what, I'm worried about the radiation or whatever else is the concerns. If we understand it, we can better help our people align with it or get used to it or take advantage of it, like Zach said.
definitely. To build on that a little bit more, I've been working on a thesis, kind of talking about how social media kind of warped our certain social fights for justice that we were in this year after George Floyd and everything. And it really exposed in a much deeper way than before how badly we need our own communication channels.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe 5G, once we understand what it is and once the bugs are tweaked, we could use 5G to have our own super fast communication channels or communication networks, to communicate with each other across the globe. Because again, this is what my thesis is about. We don't have to get too deep into it, but when we depend on Instagram and depend on Facebook to express ourselves and interact with each other and organize, we open ourselves up to disinformation, and we open ourselves up to misinformation, and we open ourselves up to manipulation, because at the end of the day, we're talking in somebody else's room or in somebody else's house. So when I think about 5G, I think about super fast communication, that we really need, like this decade, like the 2020s. We have to lock down our own communication channels.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I loved it. That was a big strain earlier this year. I remember we talked about it. It was painful. It was really painful to see
Yeah.
how like the algorithms like push people against each other, had
Mm-hmm.
bots arguing with us, um, had us focusing on the wrong things and the wrong
Yes.
narratives, the wrong like small points when it was like, oh, there's bigger pictures here too. Um, or missing out on like who was really making change and more so focusing on like the oppositions who were trying to, disrupt the
Mm-hmm.
the big shifts that were happening in
Yeah.
our voice and trying to downplay it and make it look more so focus on like the looting and fires and stuff like that when really, like a lot of people ears got caught. Like this was a huge moment, man. It was probably bigger than Rodney King. And I wasn't around for Rodney King, but I'm just like with social media being around and like the way that people are all and everybody was sitting down
I'm
in
gonna
the
say and
house.
because COVID was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like all
Yeah.
the
It's
Mhm.
eyes.
all bad energy already built up
It
around
really
it.
was. It really was.
Mm-hmm.
So scary. So scary.
So yeah, like it was tough. And I agree. Like it hurt it not having that organization. Like
Mm-hmm.
to be honest. And I mean we all play a part in that. But I know we've been on it and we've been trying to push this whole idea of tech and how we need to start using these tools to unify. Um, but still I just felt like, man, we took a loss this year by not being ahead of the curve, like as a people. Like we
Yeah.
really, really all need to get on a different level of time, a different level of unity, and take this to a different level of seriousness because this year exposed it. Like, oh shoot, they can pick us apart for real, and like and just through mental warfare,
Yeah.
just through mental warfare. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The divide and conquer is real. Um, the manipulation is real, and it's all led on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what I did appreciate though that we had a Slack community, right? We
Mm-hmm.
had our own personal tribe community. I remember having messages in there, around when everything was like at its peak, just telling people to like keep their head up, whatever, and like how can we talk? We had we all had a conversation, like we did a talk about AI with the tribe and about how we can use that to maybe make some changes. So I think that was just good to have our community. It was a start, and I'm glad we had that going. So, of course, as UA gets bigger and the People's Tech gets bigger, we'll have an even bigger community and more plans in place and more processes for times like these.
I'm excited. I feel really good about this decade we're coming into. I really do.
Hmm. Likewise, bro. We got a lot of questions over here. Anyone stand out?
Nice. Um, are you talking about in Slack?
Yep, yep. Are bots functional with hedge funds? Bots functional, yeah, with hedge funds. Yep. So, quick, short answer is yes. The longer answer will be around. It depends which hedge fund and what software you're using. So the thing about bots is there needs to be like a open channel to make trades on whatever platform you're using to make trades usually. So let's say you're somebody who usually trades on Robinhood, or on um, what's that other popular one? E Trade. What's the green one called? I don't know why it's not. It's not
Thinkorswim.
eToro.
Thinkorswim.
Oh,
Yeah, Thinkorswim, which is through like what's the one you just said, Zach?
eToro.
eToro is another one too. I was thinking of Thinkorswim, and it's just like those are some popular platforms, but Robinhood doesn't have a API, and the API is like a pretty much a communication system saying your code can talk to my code, right? Our code can talk to Thinkorswim's code, and if something doesn't exist, like with Robinhood, then you can't automate it, so you can't buy into that hedge fund. But if your hedge fund um, is on like Thinkorswim, right, or Owanda, then you can make it happen. Then you can build that bot. So it's hopefully in the years to come, all of these bigger like hedge funds and brokers allow for like an API so we can hook into all of them. But it's not possible right now with everyone.
Mm.
Cool. Nicole, thank you again for posting all of these comments. I like what, okay, she said Isaac Hayes Isaac Hayes' son. I was about to say Isaac Hayes is starting a app company. Oh, man.
Let's
His son,
go.
his son is starting one, a social media platform where everybody can monetize their post. Okay. That's becoming more and more of a popular kind of model for social media.
Yeah, it
We've,
is.
we've seen a couple this year, and we're also working on some things too in the cut in that same
Mhm.
vein. Cool. What's the name of it? Fan base.
Fan base.
Okay, let's check that out. Sound Black owned too, so gotta support that.
Yes.
They know what happens when we unite. Yeah, this happens when we unite. It's
Right.
spooky. People joke, bring Black Planet back. Black Planet.
100. Somebody asked, what is an LLC?
Great question.
Mm.
Great question. I heard a really good definition recently. I'll try to regurgitate that one. Pretty much talked about how like a LLC is just like a sole proprietorship, right? But minus the liability. So minus liability, but so that's the pros. Like you don't have to worry about, like, as a sole proprietor. What that means is if somebody wants to sue your business, let's say Gianna Patent Enterprises, and you don't structure it as a corporation or as an LLC, and you just like, hey, I'm Gianna Patent, and I started a business called Gianna Patent Enterprises. Here's my social security number. That's my tax ID number. That's all I need to do business. And you can do business like that. You don't have to do anything extra. The problem is if you do something wrong, or if somebody says you did do something wrong, they can sue you, and that money can come out of your own pocket. If you own a house, they can take your house. If you own a car, they can take your car, all until they get their money back. With an LLC, it's some separation there. So if they sue Gianna Patent Enterprises, that's just the company, and if the company only has $10,000 in the bank, that's what they get. There's usually there's a way for you to stop them from taking your house and your savings and everything like that. But I think the con is you don't get like some of the tax shelters that you would get if you started like a full corporation. Some corporations have a little bit better laws, whereas a LLC, you still get taxed as a sole proprietor would. All the taxes flow down to the individual owner or owners.
Yeah, that's definitely a deeper conversation that we're gonna have to have about legal structures and taxes.
100.
Big time.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's a time for it all, right? You don't have to rush into any particular structure, but yeah, it depends on what you're trying to do. I know, like, if you're trying to go and raise some funds immediately or something like that, you're going to want to be structured as like either C Corp, or one of those, because that's how you break up stocks and shares and stuff in your company. Thanks you, Everett, for that question. That was dope. So I want to take this second really quick before it gets too deep into and gets too late, and let you guys know that we got a couple special announcements still coming throughout this week. We will be celebrating all week. All right, that's how we do birthdays. Unlock birthday is no different. And we love to give back. We always give back. And so one thing we want to do this year is we want to offer a month of free education and training to anybody who is not in the tribe, who isn't already a member. Or if you already on one path and you want to try out another one, you can. So the details is, what that means is we're going to be offering a month of free front-end path or Python path. So if you're interested in learning about how to develop websites and UI and UX, take that front-end path. We're going to give you a month free of learning. And if you want to learn about bots or Python and data science, we're going to give a month free of Python education.
Let's
So
give it up for free education.
for real, for real.
Free.
For real, free. So we will be sending out that link. We'll be posting it as well. By tomorrow, we'll send everything out. But just wanted to give you guys that first heads up that that's what we're going to be doing for the tribe, like we said, and anybody who hasn't joined us yet.
Love it. I'm excited.
Yeah. I do want to also talk about like the freelance path. We've been talking about that a lot, and a goal that we set earlier this year to help 25 of our students monetize their skills. I'm just like, I'm excited to see a couple already have, but we just really got to hit the gas and start to help more of them, like help them help themselves, right? Because some people have the skill, like the motivation inside, I know, and the potential and the resources, right? They're connected to different people, but they're just not taking those steps yet, or not taking, not really watching the lessons, whatever it may be. I just think that we need to push the gas for them, right? And just like keep motivating people. That way we can reach our goal by helping them reach their goals. Yep.
Are we allowed to talk about one-on-one coaching?
Oh yeah, talk about it.
Okay, yeah. So like this is gonna be huge, right? When it comes to helping people like get through the academy, lock down gigs, lock down jobs. Proud to announce one-on-one coaching coming soon. So I know a person like myself, I did not thrive in the classroom environment, but I 100% thrive in the hands-on environment and the intimate environment when I can really practice what's called deep work. If you don't know about deep work, definitely look it up. So I know for somebody like me, a person that learns like me, having one-on-one like attention in those sessions is so instrumental to how I retain information. So I know for a fact that there are so many people in the tribe that learn the way I do. So with this one-on-one coaching program, I can just already see how transformative it's going to be, helping people like learn the way that they're used to, that they're not the way that they're used to learning, but the way that they're comfortable learning, just with that support system, you know, because we can all go off and learn on our own. I do the same thing, but to have somebody that I can call or I can email about a specific issue or about something specific that I don't understand, it creates a totally different experience and keeps my confidence up.
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
Yep. Agree, bro. For real.
Yeah.
I learned that earlier this year, like just from doing my taxes. Like I signed up for QuickBooks. I always do my taxes through QuickBooks. And they ask me every year, do you want an expert, what is it called? An expert CPA to help you out? And every year I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm fine. This year I was like, all right, I'm gonna take advantage of it just in case. And I signed up for it. I paid for it. And I used it once, and then I used it again just because I was like, I'm gonna get my money worth out of this. But I didn't need it again. But it was just that, like you said, that confidence and that comfort of knowing if I need help, I can call somebody. And one time I did call, they answered my questions. It was like 20 minutes. And I was like, whoa, that was powerful. Like it just eased so much from me worrying about like, am I gonna get audited? Right? It's gonna come back to bite me in the butt for not putting this here or not marking this down. So it was really good to have somebody to call on.
100. Thinking about when we had to build that website for Until Freedom, and all three of us were in the office coming together, putting together the plan for execution and all of that. Like, I didn't really realize how much work you guys put in on the design and the actual coding side. Like coming in from freelance developing WordPress, it's like, all right, it's just WordPress. It's really not that deep.
Right.
But when you need certain assets, when you need hosting to be actually plugged in, when you need certain things that help you stretch, and you have that person listen, I need you to do this, or you do this, we're gonna do this, and this is how we're gonna do it. You execute on plans so much faster when you have the team and
Yes.
when you have the access to the resources right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
Telling you, anybody in the tribe, whether you're just starting out or you've been in the tribe for a year, you can literally tap two other people and be like, hey, look, I got this Python thing down. Like, let me worry about the code. I need you to worry about managing projects because you're great with clients, and I need you to worry about design. And y'all can go out tomorrow and make real money because the digital work is really out there. So we would love to see the tribe start to click up with each other. This is why we're so focused on freelancing right now. Not to get ahead of our conversation, but we're eventually going to be talking about how to thrive in 2021. That's going to be the formula. It's linking up with the right people with the right skills. You don't have to do everything yourself. We all lean on each other. That's just real.
100%. The Dos Coco Locos were asking us questions about the documentary, and they asked us, who is our mentor? Like, you guys are so wise. Like, who's your mentors? We are each other's mentors.
Yeah, it's like,
like who do you really expect to actually hold us down but us?
Right.
So we got each other, and we got you all.
Yep. We all we got.
We all we got, 100%.
I think that was a good segue though, Zach. I think it's perfect time. Like, let's talk about what can the tribe do? What can people do to be prepared for 2021?
So, like, when I think about Powernomics, one of my favorite books, if there's one thing that I took from that book, it was that when we look at other demographics or racial groups, their entire economy is literally just a series of agreements. Like, that's it. It's like not anything fancy or special. It's not really about money. It's just that I have this, you have that, I need this. So, hey, let's do business with each other. And that's it. So when it comes to 2021 and us moving into these digital environments, just to reiterate, this whole idea of clicking up with one another, it is the answer. It really is.
Yeah.
100%.
I love it. Yeah, I love that, man. Like, this whole idea of like unity. Like, I even look at us and how we all click together. Like, we really made this work in a special way. All of us had like a unique skill set, and look what we were able to do with it. Right. So like, when we started Overnight Tech Group, that was the name of it at the time, Atlas Digital now.
TG.
Our first freelancing business, which we rebranded from. But I just remember, like, when we used to work on projects, I used to brag and I used to tell people, like, yeah, we got a design department, we got a project management team. Shout out to Greg, design department. Shout out to Zach, right? JJ on app development, right? We made it seem probably bigger than what most people would have. But in my mind, I was like, yo, we doing it. Like, we really are. Like, we're going
to work up.
And now our team is growing, which is awesome. But it does come down to shared resources, tag team and skills. That's what I think was really going to make us like, what really can help you and make you like thrive in 2021, like Zach said.
Yes.
Yeah, going back to what you said, Zach, about just coming together and saying yes. Like, we don't say no to each other about anything. Like, it's usually like, all right, let's find a different way of doing that. Or let's find a different solution. Let's find a way to make it work.
But we're gonna do it.
Something that we say to each other.
Yeah. We are gonna do it.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
It's already agreed. It's already understood. Somebody, I got a really interesting question. What advice can you give a 72-year-old uncle about expanding his tech efficiency before relocating to Africa in 2020. That's crazy. First off, shout out.
Right.
For real. For a lot. Shout out for a lot.
Good for you.
Man.
Yeah.
Ooh. Shout out to the elders. What advice can we give about expanding tech efficiency? I like that, because that really is going to go into something else I was going to say about 2021 and how to thrive there. I think just like understanding the fundamentals of tech really can get you far. I think about and I mean just like the fundamentals. I'm talking about how to type on a keyboard. I'm like taking classes on that, like downloading software, going to websites on that, on how your computer works, like what is RAM, how to navigate the file system, what is the terminal, like understand this tool, because like this computer, I spent years in prison learning it. And I'm so happy I did, because before prison, I didn't. I used to see it. I knew a little bit. I knew how to navigate it. But it was once I understood it, I was like, oh, this is a powerful, powerful tool. Right? Yo, this is crazy, yo. Like these, like I don't think we talk about it enough, how crazy these computers are, these phones are.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
It's not so, like, understand how these things work fully, and then like tell me you don't have a plan, right? Tell me you can't make it happen.
Yeah.
So it's about being resourceful and just basic, because like this year, what really helped us out was like COVID. Like when we talk about how we still had a good year in a lot of ways, Unlock Academy was already virtual. We were ready. We understood all of the virtual streaming. We understood like how to create a virtual community, how to upload courses to a virtual school. We understood all of that. So it was virtual ready. Atlas Digital was right there, ready for people to call us and say, hey, I need to transition to virtual. Can you build me a online school like you guys have? Or can you build me a website so I can now start to serve people online because nobody can come to my store? So I think that's key, is just to understand just the basics of how technology works, so you can help other people transition into this new world. Yeah. There are so many people out there who are like you, right? Who may say, I'm not efficient enough. So that will become your target audience. Like, that's it. Like, learn enough so you can help out those people underneath you. That's why we push paying it forward so much, because paying it forward can help you.
It will.
That's serious. We actually had a client earlier this year with Atlas, elderly community that was raising funds to feed the community in their area. They had no idea how to operate Facebook.
Oh yeah.
No idea how to operate Facebook. And we brought them on as a client just to handle their Facebook. They had to record videos, and I literally had to go on Zoom and teach them how to record a video on their phone.
Wow.
And send it to me. These are things that we definitely don't put into consideration when teaching, or that we know. Like, I was downloading stuff prior to you being incarcerated, which helped push everything where we're at now. And those are simple things that we don't put into consideration, but 100%.
There's only one slide on there.
To build on that, to build on what Greg was saying, or no matter what age you are, I think it's really important to kind of play on your environment and where you are. So if you're saying that you're going to be in Africa in 2020 or 2021, it's like, well, where in Africa, what country, what city, what's happening in that city that you can kind of lend your skills to, right? So I think it's about identifying those intersections from like what's happening, what's going on, with like what you're trying to get into or what you want to be involved in. So like with me, like I fell in love with virtual reality about 3 years ago. And I realized all the ways that it is going to intersect with what I already do and what I already love with design and with contemporary art. and with, you know, live shows and exhibitions. So I focus a lot on that, you know, because we're in a time right now where there's a lot of hype around virtual reality. So I'm able to lend what I'm already doing to that. So I know with Africa is going through essentially a reconstruction era, if you will.
Right.
So, you know, like all this infrastructure is being built. These cities are being connected. They're trying to get like uh, transportation working the way that it should more efficiently. And this is all going to have, you know, huge effects on the economy of the continent. So it's like, okay, what does this mean technologically, and how do we insert ourselves into that story?
I love that. I love that. You know what, bro, will be a great like kind of try project. Um, I would love to do this, even if it's just within our circle. Is like create a map of Africa, and every
Yeah.
single country we kind of give like a tech rating, or it's just like a tech breakdown of what's happening there, what tech, what's already there, and what's missing, and kind of, and then like maybe color code it and see where the help is needed or where things are already good, where we can get in, where we fit in. Just right, what we can do, like just survey the land and have a good idea, because you're right, Africa's huge. It's
Let's see.
huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. So we
Yep.
need a good idea of like what, before we just put it all in one pot and just say, oh, Africa needs help, because that's, you know, that's ethnocentrism at its best. A lot of Africa is thriving. So it really does depend, like you said, what part you're going to.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that sounds dope, man. I would love to do that. I would love to do it in like an in-person office if we were all like in the same, no, same space, but virtually or some kind of digital version would be great.
Look, I know that numbers are rising and everything right now, and obviously we want to stay safe. But at some point in 2021, we have to do some type of hackathon together. Like we got to do something.
Hey, I just talked to an assistant principal at a New York City school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he wants us to come up there and do something for his kids, a hackathon, right? And he said if it works, he wants to scale it throughout the whole New York City school districts. So he's like, let's do a pilot. He loves what we're doing, and he's working with our other coach, Chantel Nubia, who was running our. We literally teaching game development to 7 to 10 year olds in New York City, at a school there, and she's the lead coach there. So shout out to Chantel.
Thank you, Chantel.
Thank you, Chantel.
She's crushing it. So yeah, she's like, you know, she's vouching for us to the principals and everything there, and they just love what we do. They really do. So I'm like, hey, if you guys are willing to do an event, we'll come. We'll be safe. But it is needed right now more than ever. I was telling, was it you, Greg? We were just talking about it. It's been on my heart heavy lately, as far as like how this separation is happening, right? This big, this big separation. We got the kids, the teens out there killing each other in the streets. And then we got all the adults dodging COVID and staying in the house because they don't want to get hit with it. And they're not in the streets helping these kids who are just like self-destructing. And I don't like that. I don't like that there's like this big divide happening, because everybody's worried about their own problems, their own beefs, their own health. And I just feel like we still do need to get out there, right? Especially as a people's tech company. Like, we got Super JJ. We need to let her put her cape back on. We need to.
I'm ready, man.
Yo.
I've been retired for too long now.
She's trying to get back into it.
Put me in the game, coach.
Please.
Yeah.
Put me in the game. No, we had that conversation. I think it was yesterday. Was it Monday? It was Monday.
Yeah, man.
We do want to stay safe, but we also want to stay dangerous. We got to make it to New York.
Oh yeah.
And we have to make it to Watts. We got to make it back out to the Watts.
We have to go to LA.
Yeah, man.
We got to do that. Boom.
Right. Shout out to the revolutionary Principal Ra. He's
Yeah.
not playing, yo. He is not playing. He giving it up right now too. He was like, man, I'm tired of hearing about instructional leaders. All right, I want to hear about equity leaders. Like that's it. Like every teacher and principal should be teaching equity,
Yeah,
not
he's
just
going
like
in.
the born curriculums,
No, for real.
right? Like my kids hate these curriculums. Like, and like, what is this going to do for me again? Where is this
Exactly.
headed?
Please teach me something that I'm gonna be able to use in life. Actually.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
we can do a whole episode about how the education system failed us, but
Oh, God.
I want to go to bed on a having positive thoughts.
So, how do we end this? Anything you guys want to go out on? We about to wrap this thing up. Thank you to everybody for joining, for sure.
Thank you and happy birthday, everybody.
Happy birthday. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yes. If you're here, that means you know, again, like you care like about your future and the future of your community. So we really appreciate you guys just investing in yourself and hanging out with other people that invest in themselves is a huge victory within itself. So
Huge.
I just feel I'm so filled with great like gratitude just thinking about the family that we've built in 24 months. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's nuts.
That's
So here we are. Appreciate you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yo, hold on. Check out the background real quick. I ain't even peep it. I'm sitting right here underneath Bob Marley with my locks.
Oh.
Yo, look at Jay.
Let's go.
That's funny.
Notice it. That's crazy.
Every little thing is gonna be all right. Okay.
Every little. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna say thank you.
Oh, somebody asked, can you sign up for sign up for freelancing if you haven't learned the skill yet? 100%. Like
Absolutely.
that's all you. Like that's exactly why you would want to jump into that. 100.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, no experience needed. Zero experience needed.
No coding, no skills, nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. One more message. I got a special guest come through, man. This is 2021 coming in right now.
Yeah. I knew it. I knew it.
So
Hey,
I'm going through my closet as I'm in my room, and look what I find. It says, if he can do it, you can do it. I don't know how I found this thing. I was just going through my closet, and
Today was the day.
Today was the day.
Today was the day, Jado.
Let's go.
Hey, y'all, Jado is my Unity mentor. So I get my skills from him. Yeah.
Yo,
Jado, you woke up from that nap with the perfect shirt on, dude.
Okay.
Congratulations, dude. Congratulations.
Congrats.
I was sitting right there. I was trying not to laugh, but y'all just make me laugh sometimes.
It's all good. You can laugh.
What's that behind you, Uncle Zach? That was cool.
That's the whole Unlock Academy like banner. We got Unlock Academy logo and then 2020 by 2020, which once again, congratulations
yes.
to everybody, you know, of that original 2020 people that learned how to code, self-paced, self-driven.
Yeah.
You know, you guys really validated the original Unlock Academy goal and dream to do that. Just a couple thousand people, and now here we are. So, but shout out to those original people for sure, because you validated this idea.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I help take them home.
Yeah. And remember when we say like coding is a journey, like Nip said, it's a marathon too. Like you're never going to stop. Like this whole tech space is like it's a infinite loop. It's not going to stop. So don't say how long does it take me to learn. You're always learning, right? We all still learning new stuff every single day, literally. That's just being exposed. So when we say we want to teach 1 million people how to code, it's not that we want to teach 1 million people how to master it. No, we want to expose you, get you to a point to where you can build something, whatever that may be. It could be a website for your brand. It could be a bot for your own family and generational wealth. It could be a video game, whatever it may be. We just want to help you create something, right? And learn these tools, learn how they work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my shirt say debugging. That's all it is. It's debugging.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Debugging.
Checking over your work, going at it again.
Yeah, yeah.
What about the photo patch competition?
Oh yeah.
Oh, today is the last day to submit
Come on with it.
photo
I need to
patch
see the heat.
challenge.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Please email the links to help@unlock.academy. Please, 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 please. The winner will be announced on Saturday.
Saturday. Let's go. Okay, so Saturday we're announcing photo patch winner. Miss Haley here asked any suggestions for 4 and 6-year-old for coding. I think what's so great about that age is like they're still a sponge. So it almost doesn't matter. Just the fact of like exposing them to coding, when you think about the long term, when they're our age or even younger, even JJ's age. I mean, JJ started coding when she was what, 10?
Mm-hmm.
So you started when you were 10, and we don't even need to get into everything that JJ's done in the past 5 years because we'll be here all night.
Right.
But he was 10. So if you got babies that are 4 and 6, when they're 10 or when they're 13, when they're 15, when they're 20, again, that is the foundation of the Black tech empire that we're trying to build. It's not just about us, but it is about them. And it's about, kids Jado's age. So just you exposing them, that's really you, like really being on your parenting game, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, I love it. Mm-hmm.
Debugging on the weekend.
Like usual.
Max.
Tell them just build games.
Yeah.
Instead of just playing games all day like Fortnite, Rocket League, and Call of Duty, y'all could build them games. Like y'all could find a platform or something just to start off.
Mm-hmm.
Unity.
Game just like that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Unity about to sponsor us in a minute. Stop playing.
I know.
Like it. Then you could play your own game that you built.
Yeah. Build
and
up
then
to
just
it.
keep building up.
Mm-hmm.
When Jado showed me the 2 games he built, I was like, no, I had to check with you. I was like, he built this? Like, come on. They're like, he's like shooting. It's like a whole thing.
Yo,
He's got different weapons.
you work hard.
Then you lit. You got the sauce, huh?
Oh yeah.
I'm working on another first-person shooter because I seen someone made this cool game that I played that was a first-person shooter, and at the beginning there's like a TV and you're inside a helicopter and you literally get to jump out of the helicopter.
That's cool.
Here we go.
Oh, that's fine.
Like
Taking it to the next level.
you gotta knock out these bad people.
We need
Open
that.
the door with the key. Get this bit. The goal is to get that big Terminator thing, that big enemy.
Yep.
Forgot what
Find
it's
like
called,
a boss, like a
Terran
final.
or something.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get that, you beat it. I haven't got to the beat part yet. I only got to unlock the door. Then one of the things got me before I even got there.
That's what's up that you were inspired by it, though.
Right. Yeah.
Definitely.
It's a hold up. If you
And
can do
someone
this, I
built
want to
this.
build
I
something.
want to build it.
Right.
Lego game that was so cool. It was like a combat field.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was called Lego Combat Field, and it actually like you could pick up guns, and it's like the police just running around trying to find you, and it's like this elevator where you could go up, and it's like a like a building kind of,
Mm-hmm.
but like with no top, like it's just
Right.
stacked up. And you could go on top of there, and they just running around trying to find you, and you could shoot them.
These games detailed, really detailed, and they showing you how you can build it as well. Like that's the cool part right there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Elijah been working on them.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Elijah, another one in the youth tribe, killing it. We got a lot of really cool people in the youth tribe too. A lot of cool youth. Shout out to Munir. Shout out to Naomi. Firewolf. We got a few on here.
Yes.
Firewolf.
Mm-hmm.
Discord.
Cool. So thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. Talking to my co-panelists. Appreciate y'all for being here this evening, sharing this energy, all the work that we've done over the last 2 years together. Every event from New York City to LA, to us. I remember I went to Atlanta last year with Gina. Shout out to Gina. Queena, my queen, she has been super instrumental as well, in a lot of different ways. I remember we went to an event in Atlanta when we first had started, just passing out flyers at this event. It just was like, here, unlock it, sign up for free coding classes. Sign up for free coding classes. And I went home that day and somebody on Instagram hit me up and said, your mom brought home one of my flyers. She's like, you guys are going to be huge. I promise. I was like,
let's go.
Right.
Let's go.
So just like, I just want to say congrats to us, man, but to you guys for all of the work that we put in, and it's paying off. The stress, right? I don't think people understand that too. Like, we put a lot of energy into this. We sacrifice a lot from our families, our friends, events, a lot of things like money, right? We pour a lot of this money back into the tribe, into software, into tools, into people. So like, it's a lot going into this. So I appreciate you guys for being patient with this road and trusting in it, that it's going to work out.
Oh, yeah. I just want to say, I'm glad I got you as a dad because you're so great.
Thank you, buddy. Don't get me to crying over here tonight, boy.
Hey, no.
No, Jado.
Yes. I love it.
You really made it all easy.
Yeah. Legendary moments right now.
Like I said, you really made it all easy. The conversation that we had prior to you coming home, I told you keep your head clean of any pollution.
Yeah.
And you helped me clear my head from all the pollution. Mm-hmm. You made it easy. Thank you.
Yes, let's go.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a tribe, like you said, to take a village. And that's why I made a post today just about that. Just like, man, it was crazy. I got fired 2 years ago, right? Two years and 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to each one of y'all and looking at y'all or listening to y'all to see what y'all thought when I was like, I'm not going back to work.
Right.
Like,
I'm going back.
It's over. Like, I really want to give this a try. Like, rock with me. And I don't know. I told you I was a feeling in my stomach. I felt like it was right. And this was before we really knew what was next. But I knew we had momentum. Like, we literally had momentum. We had Photo Patch going. We had Unlock. We had Attract a Stranger. We really been out. Zach been putting in work for years with so much stuff. I was like, we can't lose. When I look at our team, I'm like, yo, we can't lose. If we lose, I remember this dude told me this when I was locked up in prison, actually. He said, yo, when you go home, if you don't make it, you're stupid.
He just told you straight up.
Because he looked at everything I was doing and the knowledge I was getting. And he was like, if you don't, so it made me, in that moment, I was like, he's right. Like, he put pressure on me, but I was like, he's right. I know this, what I know now about like the tech space, is no way I should lose. No way none of us should lose, for real, until it's just oversaturated. But just with what we know now, there's no way we should lose. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, we really just, we don't have enough time in a day. And that's the problem. I was working a 9 to 5 and coming home from 5 to 9, trying to raise 3 kids, be a great king to Gina, and be a great partner to you guys. It was like, how the heck you gonna do all of that in 6 hours?
It's a tough ask.
The whole day. So it's, like, you really got to get your time back. So that's one thing I would advise the people who looking to make a big change in their lives. Like, keep doing what you're doing, go to work, but stack that money up and start planning.
9 to 5.
Get on Monday. 100%. 100%. I don't want to speak on the freelancing too much tonight because I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. But listen, you working a 9 to 5, you more than likely can find clients at that 9 to 5.
Oh yeah.
I'm almost 100% sure we found clients from my old 9 to 5.
For sure.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on these 9 to 5s. But also don't sleep on yourself.
Especially.
Realize your hours.
More than anything.
More than anything, don't sleep on yourself.
I think 20 for 30 years from now, we is gonna be like the Unlock Academy and stuff is gonna be huge. It has to be.
But again, this is 2 years.
Huge.
What we accomplished in 2 years, just imagine 5, 10, 15, 20.
We're so young.
Yeah.
Like, we're like a 2-year-old who's killing it. Like, he's already reading, talking.
We're Nova.
We're Nova Sky. Yeah.
She be getting on that computer be like, I'm coding. She just clicks around. She don't even know. I don't even.
She's got the attitude though.
Real coding.
Exactly.
She got the
She's
mindset.
confident.
She got the mindset.
And that's what unlocks
I'm
confidence.
coding.
It's confident.
It's confidence. Yeah, it's mindset.
Yeah.
Lifestyle. No, we already know the lifestyle. Hop on the computer.
Coding.
Jado, Elijah said, make sure you wake up at 7 o'clock to unlock.
Ooh. Okay, I definitely will.
Mm-hmm.
I woke myself up yesterday at 7 o'clock.
Oh yeah, Jado will get up. He'll
Oh, yeah.
get up for it.
Especially if he got something to look forward to. He's
Yeah.
not.
That's what I'm saying. I've seen him.
Hey, shout out to George. George said he got 3 clients from work. Let's go.
There we go.
Woo.
Yo, George is another one killing it. George definitely another one killing it.
George said, I'm on Chris Hills.
Yo, I love it. All right, it's 10:03. Let's let the tribe get some rest. Thank you, everybody. Keep unlocking the code. Any last words from the team?
If
Let's
I
keep
could do
going.
it, you could do it.
Oh, love it.
I do it.
Straight up. If I could do it, you could do it.
Mm-hmm. You ready?
That's the one.
2, 1.
If
If I could do it, you could do it. Peace to the tribe.
Peace to the tribe.
Peace to the
Love it. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys.
Out.